Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hindsight, where we see bad situations that can be avoided by good reasoning. But sometimes a situation is unavoidable and self defense is needed to get you to safety.
All right, folks, we're here back on our job. Your Monday morning quarterbacks, looking at these cases, looking at these stories here at Hindsight. I'm Beat Physicist. I'm here with Mr. Suave and Sensei Buddha. How you guys doing?
Good fellas. Suave. What's up, people?
Os, how you doing, gentlemen? Sensei Buddha on the check-in.
All right.
What's the
All right. Good. So, today we're going to be talking about the mother of a child, of course, whose name has been withheld, So this mother was preparing to go to bed when she discovers this gentleman, Troy Parks, 31, the boyfriend. She caught this man on top of her daughter, naked. So mother then reached for a pocket knife and went to work on the gentleman, Troy Parks, age 31. Stabs him 5 times in the chest and once in the back of the head. Both the mother and the child sustained some cuts on the hands during the struggle. Parks then told the police that the mother attacked him because she believed the child had feelings for him. So this is what we're dealing with today. Mother catches this guy on top of her daughter, goes right to work with the knife, and then the guy's excuse is that she was jealous. Who wants a piece of this first? All right.
Oh, man. I guess the hype man got to go in. Suave got to go in. So rat bastard.
Yeah.
As everybody always knows, as I always start out, on the Hindsight, our views, our comments, our hours and hours alone. So please stay out your feelings. These are for entertainment purposes only. So if you feel away, you want to act away, you want to comment away, and you want to troll away, please do. So let's get into it. So we got Troy Parks. It's like, when you first read it, or if you read it on one site, it sounds like she just woke up and this dude was naked on her daughter, 12-year-old daughter. This grown-ass man was naked on her daughter, right? But then you find it and you're like, what? Where did this dude come from? Even on some sites, it almost read like that was a 12-year-old daughter's boyfriend. So I'm like, I'm reading like, what the hell is going on here? So I had to slow it down and just start piecing together from a more accurate news source and get all the facts, right? So the lady who had that pocket knife, the young lady who had the pocket knife, she went sham wow on this cat. This is her boyfriend. So her boyfriend, I guess he was sleeping over, allegedly said, oh, okay, I done got mama. In my mind, even say this is retarded, but in my mind, the 12-year-old girl has feelings for me. Maybe if y'all been in a relationship for some while, she might see you as a father figure and have feelings as that. If her father ain't around, that is feelings that she want to be with you, nigga. But God, maybe that's what she was. Maybe that's the kind of emotion she had. But maybe this deranged, retarded dude took it a whole nother way. He took it in the fact that, allegedly he decided, man, like mama's sleeping. Dusted that off. Now it's time to get a 2-for-1. This is not the type of situation where you go 2-for-1. I understand if you had 2 consenting adults, mother and a sister, 2 consenting adults over 18, mother and a daughter, 2 consenting adults over 18, and you could be that dude, you could be that guy. That's one thing. But this child is 12 years old. This child is not even a teen. This child is a child. What the hell in your mind even wants you to look at this child like that? You should be wanting to protect her from dirt bags and creeps like your goddamn self. That you would even be caught. And here's the problem. The mother and the daughter both sustained cuts on the hands. So that means this motherfucker was in that room. What the fuck was he doing? What the hell was he doing in that room? Was he naked? She said yes. He said no. Actually, you know what? He didn't really refute that he was naked. He just said, well, the daughter had feelings for me. So my girlfriend started stabbing me. So she was in her feelings. She was jealous because her daughter thought I was fine. or she might have liked me. No, motherfucker, why were you in that room? And, some of the stories starts to add up, like, you probably were in that room naked. So why were you in that room when your girlfriend was sleeping in her room? You had no business being over there. If that 12-year-old girl woke up and needed something as a man that is not your daughter, and you're trying to play that role, you need to get your ass up and wake up her mom and say, hey, your baby needs you. Let's go handle this. She having a bad dream. You don't go in the room and go in there. You can't do that. Oh, she stabbed me. And she got him good. Was it a crime of passion? Hell yeah. If everybody would have saw that, what would you have done? Now, I can't see, it's not saying any priors if the gentleman had any priors. Did she do what we always say on the hindsight? Go get a goddamn credit check. Leave that bottle for 1 week and go buy a background check on the motherfucker you're dealing with. Did she do that? I don't know. It sounds like she did. But I don't know. They're not saying anything. But for him to have this mentality and for him to think this okay, and if he allegedly actually did this, I have no love lost.
Hello.
All right, so yes, Troy Parks is the name of the Cleveland man. I got no love lost for him if he actually did what he was alleged of. He did get charged with rape and rape and gross sexual imposition, I think, something like that. That's what he did get charged with. So, there's enough evidence. Like I said, he got stabbed. The daughter has stab marks on her hand, defensive wounds. The mother had the stab wounds, probably from a struggle and fight also. And a pocket knife it's not the best thing to try to attack someone with. I would say it's really a last resort type of. And I saw a picture of it. It looked pretty meaty. If she had any experience with a couple of our other stars of our stories in our past podcast, she might have had some better experience and really put the knife to work. Got that work in. But cut him up, run around the bike type lady.
The cutter, yeah, the hachiman. Okay.
Oh yeah, hachi. Pero you know what? I'm glad she, like I said, all the details of the story ain't out. But I'm glad she did the right thing, stood up for her daughter. She thought if she thought she saw what she saw, she didn't question it. She just went right hands on and did what she had to do. Could she maybe have not used a knife? Like maybe she could have. I mean, I know when if you used to see something like that, there's no thinking. It's just you just fight and flight. You going right in the fight mode. So she just grabbed the quickest thing she could then. If she wanted to maybe go away less lethal, and I don't even think that's, I can't say for one or the other, which would be appropriate in that mindset, in that state, in that rage, and that set, and that environment. I couldn't tell you where your mindset would actually be. But just hypothetically speaking, you might have been able to get him with a rear naked choke him out till he passes out. You might have just punched him back in the head, maybe knocked him out, hit him in the temple. Might have killed him, throw a couple elbows here and there. If that's what it was really going on, I don't know if you maybe even pull a phone out, if you was even thinking that much to pull a phone out so you could have something on camera, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, there's just so many different aspects. I know me, I wouldn't have had time to think. It would have been hands-on, game on. Troy Parks would have been gone. It would have been that simple for Suave. And I could say the same for Sensei Buddha, a beat physicist, and I think any other father who your daughter is such a precious thing, whether you be in that life or not, whether you co-parenting or still parent with your wife, your baby mother, whether you any fascist of that daughter so precious, you can't allow some dirtbag, some scumbag to be involved like that, or even having a thought process like that anywhere near your daughter. So even if let's say if you are a single father and your child is with her mother and you guys are not together and she starts dating someone and she thinks it's serious, man, you spend them $40, $50. Fuck the bottle for you. You spend that money for peace of mind for you and your daughter, not even for your daughter's mother, because she's grown, but for your daughter, just to make sure what kind of person she's bringing around your child. So with that being said, like I said, for me, whatever martial arts or self-defense tactics at that point, if you was to visually see something like that, I say it's game on, game fair, because that is probably the best case scenario of a true crime of passion because there's no justifying or okaying that. Sensei Buddha, what you got, brother?
Thank you for that, brother. Everything you said was 100% correct. It just, it amazes me. And we're starting to sadly see this pattern as we had covered that story at Bronx Lebanon Hospital, where Mr. Nemhard had raped the woman in the hospital, talking that typical stuff that he had said to the police. She winked at me. She smiled at me. She wanted me to come on to him. And I'm just like, wow. And here we have a story with this guy. He clearly raped this little girl, or attempted to rape her, whatever it was he did. And he's telling the police the same type of a story. The mother's a little upset or jealous that she believed that, you know, that the little girl wanted to be with him. I really wish the story had better details. Was he holding the little 12-year-old girl mouth closed? Was there any type of a struggle? Because, you know, it just says like, boom, you know, the mother came into the room and just saw the man on top of him, on her daughter, a 12-year-old girl, naked. And I was wondering, you know, because I didn't see any cries for help. I didn't hear anything with struggling. I didn't hear anything about mommy, help me. So sadly, I don't know what was being done. There seems to be this strange thing with these pedophiles and rapists, that the phenomenon, and they wanted it. They want me to do it. I had also read another article, and the article was okay. It didn't give any names of anybody. It was saying the same thing. The guy, you know, Mr. Parks, was trying to imply that the little girl wanted to be with him. So now, you know, let's, you know, just to backtrack and get slightly off the subject. If you remember the Speaker of the House from last year in April, Dennis Hastert, he was the former Speaker of the House, and he admitted to being a child rapist, that he did only 15 months in jail. This guy, he paid, I believe, some hush money, like $1.6 million in hush money. And since the child came forward, now I guess, you know, he's a man or older, this fool wants his hush money back.
Oh.
Yes. So we're seeing that rape is being done by a former Speaker of the House, and then going over to someone like Mr. Nemhard, who went up there, said that this lady was a call girl, and pulled the curtain around, proceeds to rape her, and says, hey, I'm not doing much. I'm not doing anything bad. And now we have this gentleman here, Mr. Parks, talking or trying to imply that this 12-year-old girl is having him to come on to, you know, that he wants to, the 12-year-old girl wants him to come on to her. The only thing that I have to say here again, and this is echoing Mr. Suave's sentiments, people, take that $30, $40, $50, whatever it is, get the background check. Also, since we're talking about dealing with children here, if the mother had noticed any type of discrepancy, whether her daughter was attracted to this man or not, which I find hard to believe, but if he's looking at the little girl in all kinds of crazy, strange ways, as a mother, she has to end it. And again, to echo what Mr. Suave is saying, where is the father? Is he alive? Is he in jail? You know, a lot of things were being left out of the story's tale. And then again, since this is a lone female, but this can also equally apply for men as well. I'm sorry, you need extended family. If you have it, you need extended family. You need excellent friends that you can trust of great character, and background them as well, so that nobody comes and harms your children. This is crazy. We're seeing it happening every day. I think the Prime Minister, I mean, who's this lady? I think she's over in England, and she was speaking on the House, she was basically giving a pro-pedophile speech, saying that, you know, what they're doing for them is normal. I mean, just really weird stuff that's going on out here in this world with this pedophile problem. But to me, if I was in that woman's position, if I was the father of the child, and I'm with a lady and I had a son, and I thought that she was attracted to my son, or that my son wanted to be around or be with her, I would have definitely put that relationship, I would have ended it. Again, when it comes to your children, there's no such thing as too much vigilance. And you really have to be aware around your children. And I'm just talking about my friend, I've had some time breaking forward people. And there have been friends that I had in the past that they felt not just comfortable around, but they knew me well enough to be around the kids. Like when we had martial arts classes over there, we used to train on 23rd Street and First Avenue. We did you have a martial arts school party, pizza party, and then of course then you take the kids out for a movie day. The parents literally were telling the head instructor there, he said, hey, look, we want Buddha to be there. Can you get David to come? And my instructor called me and said, David, the parents love you, the kids love you. Would you please do this for the school? I said, hey, you don't have to beg or ask me twice. I'm trying to build up the organization, be there for the school. In other words, you need people of great character. And I don't know how these people hook up and they just think about themselves and they're not thinking about the protection of their children. You really got to do that. And I wish they would have talked about the length of time that this relationship was going on. Was it a few months? Was it a couple of years? I hope that we can, in a future time, find out if this man, if he had any kind of criminal record or a sealed record like Mr. Nemhard did. I mean, this is just crazy, gentlemen. Everything that Mr. Suave said, as well as what you was breaking down, the physicist guy is just crazy. The best self-defense, I feel, is she did what she did. She had her weapon in hand. She was responding to defend her daughter against a complete street savage and sociopath, psychopath. And she did what she did. Kudos to her for that. But I would really hope that in the future, when she gets the therapy for the child, I can't even imagine. To me, that's irreparable mental, emotional damage. And I really hope whoever this lady is, when she starts to deal with her next relationship, she really takes it slow, background checks the guy, meets his family, meets his friends, because you can't be willy-nilly out there. This is letting people into your personal space and around your children. And I humbly believe that if this is your boyfriend and you have a 12-year-old daughter there, she should have gotten a grandmother or sister or a family member who's well-loved and trusted to take care of her daughter and go to a hotel, go somewhere and handle her adult business there. It's just, to me, it's crazy. And, again, that's just my opinion. Gentlemen, please fill in.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I think usually, from my experience, just me seeing typical relationships happen where things like this happen. The relationships happen kind of fast. There's a little selfishness on the part of the single parent wanting to get back in the field, want to start dating again. And, they're in the euphoric part of the relationship. And, they're so quick to have somebody move in or shack up with somebody quick, or who knows, it could have been, they could be shacking up at the other person's place. But the thing is that you got to take time to get to know people, or if not, get that background check and be willing to, cut that person off if things are too strange, they got too many priors, or they can't explain why certain life events with the law happened. Yeah, it's just, like you said, due diligence, also not rushing things when it comes to your personal relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well said. Well said. You know what? It's real simple. Yes. Hold the bottle, get the check, then you can give up or get some drawers. Then you can get it. That's simple. That's simple.
Okay.
It's simple. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, you heard the formula, man. Oh, man, I'm thinking we should just get T-shirts printed out so it'll be easy for everybody to remember, and we could advertise it. Say that again. You
get the check.
No, you
hold
said
the liquor.
Hold the bottle.
Hold the liquor. Hold the bottle. Get the check. Then you can get the drawers. Wow. Then you can get it wet. That's simple.
Okay.
Simple formula.
All right. Well, I think that about covers it. Well,
definitely. Could I plug one thing, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right over here, we have a hotline. It's called Child Abuse Hotline. And the number here goes 1-800, the number 4-A-CHILD. So that's 1-800-422-4453. Again, That's 1-800-422-4453. And it's www.childhelp, CHILDHELP, all one word together, no space, .org. Again, that's www.childhelp, CHILDHELP.org. This is a National Child Abuse Helpline for people, and it's a very nice website. It has the National Child Abuse Hotline. What is child abuse? Hotline success stories. Find your local Child Protective Services phone number. So that'll hopefully have a national hotline, or at least for state to state, that people can get to go ahead and further protect their child. Thank you.
All right. Well, you know the name of the show, Hindsight. Contact us, thehindsight@gmail.com. That's THEHYNDESITE@gmail.com. The Twitter is @thehindsight. The Instagram, yeah, that's right, we're on IG. Finally.
The gram.
Is @the_hind_site. That's @the_HYNDE_SITE. So, yeah, contact us on IG as well. All right, I think that about does it. Thanks for
One thing, real quick.
Okay.
I was trying to do a quick search on what Sensei Buddha was saying. That dude who was having a pro pedophile speech, was that dude who worked for Breitbart, like as an editor, Milo Yiannopoulos? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I was talking about Mr. Hastert. He used to be the speaker last year, and they busted him in a big child pedophile molestation thing. This guy, we're talking about, for years he was doing it. But the thing is that he was paying hush money. And regardless of paying the hush money, they just came out about it. And his whole thing was like, look, if I'm paying you hush money and you're going to come forward, he's now trying to actually talk about seeking to get that money back.
You dirty bastard. Now you're outed. Your money ain't good no more. Your money ain't good here. Get out of here.
That's right. That's right. The money isn't good. The mentality is just off the rails here.
I paid you, so you got to keep your mouth shut. It doesn't work that way nowadays.
No, it doesn't work that way. And to me, if I was the parents, they should have reported it a long time ago, because, when your children get molested, when your children get hurt, there's no price for that, man. Yeah, you're going to go to court and sue them and all that stuff, but the minute you find out about the molestation, your number one duty is to get these people out of these public offices, to get them out of there and get them in jail. You can't play this little game of cat and mouse where, okay, we'll take some money and then we're going to come forward. This, to me, maybe I just got it twisted or I don't understand. But when you find out the minute somebody is molesting your child, or a woman's being mistreated, or a man's being mistreated, you have to nip this in the bud. And Mr. Hastert, he obviously has been doing this thing, for years. You don't get no quarter. I don't want to hear no thing about his position in the community. All that is out the window. You're a felon.
It's a farce.
Yeah, because if that had happened to me, again, I have to put the Innocence Project. The Innocence Project has released I think over 2,000 people now, men and women of all nationalities, who have been there for rape, accused of murder, rape kits that were not properly used, DNA evidence that finally came forward and freed these men, especially Black and Latin men. But some of our European American white brothers and sisters get it too. And it just, we suffer so much, men and women who don't have that clout. Now all of a sudden, if someone has clout, their professional title is going to grant them some kind of, okay, well, don't put me out there. No, man, you're outed, and they need to be brought down immediately. And because of their position and because of their post for them doing it, they should even get more time because they've ruined the public trust.
And they're gonna keep doing it again.
Of course. Oh, please. It's. Oh wow. Just good people. Just keep tuning in and ride along with the madness, because I'm gonna tell you the stuff that I've been reading, that we've been reading and preparing for future podcasts. It just boggles the mind. Boggles the mind, gentlemen.
All right. I think we
All
can leave
good,
it
all
there.
good.
Yeah. So, again, folks, thanks for riding with us. Until next time, be safe, take care of yourself and those around you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.